Hi everyone, Aaron here for Zollotech, and this is the HomePod Mini, and I was able to get my hands on one today. They came out today, but only the white variant was available. There's white and space gray, and it's $99. So let's go ahead and unbox it. So it's got a little wrapper over it. Let me get my unboxing knife. And as you can see here, it says $99. Let's see if we can take the wrapper off here. And let's take the top off the box. And this reminds me a lot of an iPod box, but it's smaller. So here we go. And this is a lot smaller than I thought. Now, supposedly it's going to have fairly decent sound. We'll talk more about that in a moment. And here is the HomePod Mini itself. It's very small. Let me set that aside and see what's in the box. So we've got a piece of cardboard to separate it from the bottom, from the plug that's in the bottom. So we've got some literature or paperwork here. And it just says HomePod Mini, shows you how to set it up with your phone. And that's it. No Apple stickers. You've got a little warranty card. Oh, it looks like you do have an Apple sticker, but it's stuck right here. So it was stuck inside. There we go. We get a singular Apple sticker, which is nice. And then we've got an adapter. And this is Apple's 20-watt adapter. So this will go nicely if you have a 20-watt adapter. You could use it, but this would also fast charge your iPhone if you needed it. Now let's take the wrapper off the charger. And we'll set the box aside, and let's take a look at the HomePod Mini itself. So we've got the cable. Take the plastic piece off the bottom or the wrapper. And there's a little Apple logo on the bottom. So it's something you'll never see, but that's Apple's attention to detail. Now, supposedly, unlike the original HomePod, this won't mar up a surface or leave residue. So it should be a different type of rubber that doesn't leave any dust or anything behind. And then we have a braided cable. And maybe this is the braided cable that people were seeing as far as the Lightning to USB-C. Well, let's go ahead and take the cover off of this. There we go. And we'll set the box aside with everything else in it. Now, this is only 3.3 inches high or 84.3 millimeters, and it's 3.9 inches wide or 97.9 millimeters. It weighs 0.76 pounds or 345 grams, so it's very small. For a quick size comparison, here is an iPhone 12 Pro next to it. Here's the height. So you get the idea, and here's the width. So it's a little bit wider, but it's not very big. Maybe if you stacked two HomePod Minis, you'd be the height of an iPhone 12 Pro. So let me set that aside. Let's go ahead and plug it in, and let's see if it'll run off a Mac or if you actually need to plug it into the wall itself. So let's see what we can do here. I'll plug it into my Mac Pro. Let's see if it turns on. It just flashed. It's plugged into my Mac Pro, and it looks like a Mac will actually power it. So we'll wait for it here. It's flashing an orange light. Let me zoom in a little. Now, while we wait before I set it up, the outside of this is the same sort of fabric material that we had on the original HomePod. The top is plastic. It's not glass, at least that I'm aware of, but it looks pretty nice. You have a volume up and volume down in the plus and minus signs, and that's really it. You just have your cable on the back, and you can't remove the cable, so it's not a removable cable. Let's see if we can get this set up. Now, we had the orange flashing light because it wasn't enough power, so now I've plugged it into the wall socket with the 20-watt adapter. We'll wait for it to boot up, and let's see what it does here. We'll give it a moment. And so now it's on. Let me bring my iPhone nearby. Unlock it, and you'll see it says HomePod Mini. So let's go ahead and hit Setup. And are we at home or office? You can pick wherever you're at. We'll hit Continue. And let's bring the brightness down there a little bit. And it says, what room is your HomePod in? Let's see what we've got here. And technically it's an office, but I'll go ahead and just put living room for now. We'll hit Continue. And it says, do you want it to recognize my voice? I'll go ahead and allow it to recognize my voice. And that will allow me to say, read my messages, or let me know about my reminders or calls that have called in or appointments. So I'll use personal requests. And then it says Siri for everyone. You can set this up for multiple users. I'll go ahead and hit Continue. Then you have to agree to the terms and conditions. and it says account and settings. So use your iCloud account, Wi-Fi, and home settings on this iPhone, or in settings on this iPhone to configure your HomePod. You can change them later. We'll transfer settings, and it says center the HomePod in the frame. So just like when you set up an iPhone, it recognizes it. It makes a tone. We'll wait for it here.
Hi, I'm Siri. Welcome to HomePod. You can't tell, but I'm waving. To get my attention, say, "Hey Siri." Say, "Hey Siri, what can you do?"
Siri, what can you do?
I can do lots of things, like turn on the lights, give you a news update, and tell you about the weather. Now you try. Say, "Hey Siri, play some music."
Hey Siri, play some music. So music started playing and it works like you would expect. Now let me stop that. We can tap on it to stop, and we have different commands. Now this is using a chipset from inside an Apple Watch. It also has 802.11n, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth 5.0, and ultra wideband, so you can tap your phone and transfer music from your phone to the HomePod Mini. So that's pretty interesting. Now I'm playing a song on my iPhone 12 Pro, and this one's actually signed into Apple Music. And this is just a song I created. I have it turned down, but if I move the iPhone 12 Pro over to the HomePod Mini, it immediately transfers the song from the iPhone to the HomePod Mini. And you'll see it transferred back when I brought the phone back down. If I bring it back, it transfers again. Bring it back again, and it transfers back to the phone. So it works pretty seamlessly, and you just bring the phone nearby and it starts playing whatever songs on your iPhone. So that's really nice. It does support a couple different things. It has touch controls such as tap to start and stop, tap and hold to activate Siri, and then your normal controls of double tap to go to the next track, triple tap to go back, and of course you have your volume and up and down buttons. So there's not a whole lot more that you can do with this other than pair it with another one. So if you have another HomePod Mini nearby, you can pair it with a stereo pair. I plan to do this and maybe try and use it with my Mac. I'm not sure. It depends if there's lag or not, but you can bring them nearby and have them pair. But this is really small. It sounds pretty good. And in general, I think most people will really like it. It is a little expensive compared to other assistants from, say, Amazon or Google, but it is secure and none of the information is stored on Apple's servers. And everything is done with your consent. It will recognize your different voices and everything else. So this is really interesting that they're doing this, and it should be nice to have these around your house if you want to pair them or just play them throughout your house. It's really simple to just switch from here to another device like that. So again, switch back and forth. That's super convenient, and I'm glad they have that. Now, it doesn't work with Spotify currently, but it works with radio stations from TuneIn, iHeartRadio, and radio.com, and then it will AirPlay with any AirPlay compatible device, and it supports pretty much every iOS 14 device. So all the way back to the iPhone SE first gen or iPhone 6S all the way to the new ones. Now, it won't necessarily allow you to tap to transfer your music except with newer devices, but you will be able to use Siri on these as well. Now, initial impressions is the speaker sounds really good for its size. It has decent bass for something of this size. It's not quite as prominent as what you get with the normal HomePod, but it's definitely surprising to me. I think it sounds great. And then, of course, you have interesting new features like Intercom, for example. Hey Siri, use the Intercom. How's it going today?
Okay, Intercom to everyone in office.
So it will send an intercom alert to anyone in the office with me and let them hear what I just said to it. And then they can come for dinner or whatever, or just respond to whatever you're saying. So you have that intercom feature. If you have a bunch of these throughout your house, that part's really nice. So it's kind of interesting. I'm really surprised by the sound. I think it's better than what I've heard other people say, although I haven't heard the equivalent $99 Amazon versions or Google Home versions. But you get security with this one, and I really like it so far. Of course, I'll have to use it for a while, and if there's anything more you want to know about it, let me know in the comments below. Now, if you'd like to get your hands on the wallpaper I have in this video, I'll link it in the description like I normally do. And if you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe. And if you enjoyed the video, please give it a like. As always, thanks for watching. This is Aaron. I'll see you next time.